When designing multiple objects in CAD, it's often difficult to understand how those objects are interacting with each other. So in this lesson, we're going to go over the analysis tool, which gives you X-ray vision. So let's get into it. In the last lesson, we finished with a 3D object that's representing the bottom of our box. Inside of it is our Arduino. In this lesson, we're going to go over some advanced techniques that we have to modify that bottom box to create the void that the Arduino is going to live in. Now, there's two different modified tools that I'm going to go over. There's lots more that you have at your disposal, so go check those out as well. The first one is the shell technique. Now, this does exactly like it sounds, creates a thin web around the inside of that box, creating the void that we're looking for. The other one is the corner radius. Now, this is also known as a fillet. It creates just a round radius on the inside or whatever line you select, and this is just to make it a little bit more visually appealing. The last thing that we're going to go over is the analysis tool. Now, a lot of times it's really hard to understand how two objects are interacting. This creates a cross-section, giving us X-ray vision on what's going on in the inside, making us understand the environment that we're working in even better. So let's jump into CAD here and get going. Now that we're in here, we can see that we have that 3D object that we created in the last lesson. If we hide that cube, what we can see is that crude Arduino reversal that we did in previous lessons as well. Re-showing that, what we want to do in this lesson is create a void for that Arduino to live in. So we're going to go up to the ribbon or toolbar at the top and select Modify. When we go in here, we can see a ton of different modified tools. I highly urge you to read through these tooltips and kind of understand what you have at your disposal to modify. We're going to focus on the shell feature that's in here. Selecting shell, we're going to get a new pop-up window asking us to select a face or a body. Now, whatever face that we select is going to be what creates the void. So we're going to want to select the top of our box here. Selecting that, the next thing we're going to want to do is select the wall thickness that we want the shell to be. 0.125 is what we already determined in the previous steps when we selected the bottom and extruded downwards 0.125. Now that we have that, we can select OK, and we have a void that our Arduino is now living in. We can see down here in the bottom in our history, we have new shell feature. If we ever want to modify that wall thickness, we can always right-click on that, click Edit Feature, and we can always change this to another wall thickness, say 0.1. That simply thins it out. Now, there's always more than one way to do things in CAD. What we could have done is created a bottom plate using that offset plane in the previous lesson, and then created a sketch on that surface, doing an offset from the outside for the wall thickness and extruding it all the way up to create that same exact effect. Now, if we want to modify this, we have to go back to the sketch and modify the wall thickness based on the offset for that. Now, back in the shell feature that we created, the next thing we want to do is create a radius in the inside of the corners. We're going to go back up to Modify. We're going to go to Fillet. This is a different term for that radius that we're wanting to create. When we select this, what we're looking for is different lines that we want to create that radius on. So in Fusion, it's kind of cool. You can select through a wall. You can select a line. So you don't have to rotate the part around to select all of the things that you want. We can also rotate, though, if you do want to see it a little bit better. Now, I can type in 0.125, and we can rotate this part up. And what we're looking for is making sure that as we're creating that radius on the inside, that we're not running into interference. 0.125, it's just a nice round number. It's 1/8 of an inch, something that we can look at easily. But if I type in 0.5, what we see, or even let's try 0.75, we can see that we start running into interference here in the corners, where the Arduino is hitting that radius on the inside. Now that circuit board is not going to drop into the top of our box. So I'm going to change this back to 0.125. It also matches the wall thickness, just a little nice clean number. So now that we have that rounded corner in there, another interference that we're worried about is having the pins at the bottom of the circuit board sticking out. We want to make sure that this board is floating inside this box right now. Now, it's really difficult to see this from this angle, and you can't really rotate it in any way to see it any better. So this introduces another tool that we have, and we're going to go to Utilities in the top toolbar. we're going to go to section analysis. This allows us to have a cut plane or a surface that we're going to be able to see, like an X-ray vision. Now let's select a plane here, and whatever plane we select is going to be the cut that we're going to be making. I can move this back and forth, and let's just kind of move it to this area here. Selecting OK, what we're going to see is we have two different colors show up. Now each color represents a different object that's within the model. Orange is representing the bottom box that we're making, as well as yellow is making the Arduino show up. Now, in the top left, we can see in our tree we have analysis now, and in that we have a sectional. We can turn this on and off. We're not actually modifying the part at all. This is just purely like X-ray vision. We're not having to cut the body to see this. So we can also create additional sectional analysis to see different angles. If we select this plane, we can rotate this back to a different area here and go ahead and select OK. Now we have two different sections. I can see a 90-degree this way as well as a 90-degree this way. The only thing is we can only see one at a time. It's really important to be able to have these. You can also right-click on these and edit if you ever need to make a modification. So now that we understand how to see within the object, in the next lesson what we're going to do is modify this bottom box and finish it up by adding the USB ports and the mounting holes. So we'll see you in the next lesson.